Thank you for coming on. Yay! We're on.
I'm like, so
Hey Mia, don't worry about it. You're here. That's the most important thing.
yes. I saw a video going viral of all the virtual court cases, and sometimes they're upside down. Sometimes, they have filters on them. So we're all adjusting to this new virtual world.
The most important thing is that you're willing to try, right? And you're
Yeah.
able to get through. So don't worry about everything else. It all works out. So welcome,
Okay.
welcome so much. I haven't read your bio. So you're in Atlanta
Yes, I am. ATL.
and you're from Sierra Leone.
Yes, Freetown, Sierra Leone, which is a little country right on the little hump of Africa.
I know, that's beautiful. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, as you said before, I am an African woman. I'm living in Atlanta. I do music, and I loved the introduction that you gave about how music can just waken all these emotions on you. It can take you to different places. And that's pretty much what music is for me. It's a way for me to express myself. In real life, I tend to be a little closed in, but when I make my music, I can express my feelings. I can say things to people in my music that I might not necessarily be able to say in real life. And that's really what my music is. It's just telling my experiences, the background that I came from, where I am now, and just where I plan on going. And there's definitely always a lot of love songs. Being a young single woman, there's always a lot of love songs.
Oh my God, I know. So we already played, I think he played My Baby is what he played for us. So what was the inspiration behind My Baby?
Well, the song itself, I sing it in two different languages. It's in English and Yoruba, and Yoruba is a Nigerian language. Oh, I'm sorry, technical. It's a Nigerian language, and I always felt like Yoruba was the unofficial language of love. Everyone says it's French, but if you've ever heard someone speak Yoruba, it gives that essence of unrequited love, of just really loving someone and waiting for their response. And that's what the song was about. It was about a young man. We were friends, but I had, deep feelings for him. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to say it to him. I'm going to make this song and I'm going to send him the song. So when I made the song, I really liked it. I said, you know what? I think this needs to be a single. So that is the background of the record. It's just about a young lady who really likes a young man, but he's a young man, so he's out in the world. He's chasing money, chasing career, chasing other women. And it's like, well, when I look at you, I see potential, I see possibly marriage. And that's how I view him. He's my baby.
So what got you into music?
It's really interesting. One day I used to manage a music studio, and I also used to manage artists, but me myself, I never made music. And there was a mishap at the studio with a producer where pretty much I made some mistakes and I ended up having to purchase the music production, and just to ease the tension and just keep everything cool. And so I purchased the production that they call a beat, and I said, you know what, since I bought this beat, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a song. So I went in the studio, I made the song. I loved the writing process, I loved what I created, and I got sucked into it, and I kept doing it over and over again. And it was something I never thought about, but once I started doing it, I said, this might be my calling. Sometimes it takes a mishap to push you in the right direction.
Because you're on a totally different direction. That is
Yes.
awesome. So what do you want your audience to feel? Because you feel something within when you're writing your music or you're singing music. What do you want your listeners to feel when they're hearing your music?
The first thing is I really want them to connect with my spirit. I'm the type of person, I don't go too much based on outside experiences. I always like to connect with people's character, connect with their spirit. And that's how I feel when I make my music. I feel like my spirit is speaking. I have this joke with my friends where I said, some people, they have spiritual gifts, and their spirit comes out in different ways, maybe in dreams, in the prophetic, in their art. So I really just want people to connect with my spirit and get to know me on another level. And also, just in case they do happen to be going through a certain emotion that they feel that they can express, I want them to listen to my music and feel sort of a relief. I want them to almost step into another world, whether it's romantic, maybe you're having a bad day and you're angry. Well, I don't think I have any angry music, but maybe I have music that might calm you down. I just really want to connect with people on another level.
I love that. So you're singing from your heart, you're singing from your soul.
Yes, I really am. And the one thing I've learned is that sometimes, surprisingly enough, it becomes difficult for us to be who we are or who we want to be, because we might feel obligated to certain things, or we might feel like, okay, if I'm too much of myself or if I'm too much of this, a person might not be able to handle it face to face. So let's find another way to connect to people. For example, that song. Um, I couldn't speak to the guy. I was a little nervous, but playing the song or sending the song to him, it allowed me to speak to him. So that's really the main thing. And I honestly, I want to inspire people to step out of their comfort zone, try new things. Doing music was way out of my comfort zone. I've always been the type of person, to go to school, get an education, work administrative jobs. I've also been a teacher. I've been an executive assistant. And music gives me an opportunity to connect, like I said, with the creative side of me. So I want to inspire people to try new things and just to embrace who they are deep inside.
Right. So, okay, so I talked a little bit about sometimes things are not always what they seem, right? So, looking at you on a video, people may think, oh, she's so glamorous, she's so brave, I can't do that. So, what would you say to the introvert? Because it sounded like if you were an introvert or if you are an introvert, right? So, what would you say to the person who is not so secure in themselves or thinking, well, maybe I want to try something new? How would you inspire them to do that?
Well, I would say the first step is to find what guides you in life. For me, I wouldn't say religion, it's more spirituality. I would say look outside of what the world tells you you are. Because a lot of the time people, they try to put me in a box and they say, oh, she's pretty, she likes hair and makeup, she's very materialistic, or she's this, she's that. And if I listened to that and if I went with that, that's who I would become. But when I listen to who God says I am and who I can become, it really helps me connect with myself. So I would say that's the first step. Stop trying to seek validation from the world. Seek validation from a higher power, whatever it may be for you. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. That's what motivates me. But everyone has their own path. Everyone has their way of connecting with their inner self. So find that thing that guides you, whether it's religion, whether, like you said, it's people who have passed, whether it's your ancestors, whether it's your family. Just find that thing that you connect with inside. And what does that thing tell you you are? And that would be the very great step. That's the best step, actually.
Okay, wonderful. So, I want to keep on that thread a little bit. And that first time when you bought that beat and you went into the studio, were you afraid? What were your emotions? What happened? Tell us a little bit about that. The fear that you had maybe of singing and putting yourself out there.
The interesting thing in that moment, I really didn't have fear. I felt determination because, like I said, I made a mistake. So I was in a position where it's like, oh, I can't believe Mia did this. I can't believe Mia did that. So I was really motivated to show the people, like, this is not a waste. This beat is not going to waste. The money is not going to waste. The situation that came from it, it's not going to waste. So I was just really determined to show that you don't know who I am. You don't know what my abilities are. And that's just what keeps me motivated in life, in every facet of life, is that thing inside of you that keeps telling you, do not be who people say you are. Be who you believe you can become. And in that moment, I felt I could become a singer. I can become a superstar. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. And so I really wasn't motivated by fear. I was motivated by determination. So the outcome was completely different.
Awesome. Awesome. So you were pulled into it as opposed to pushed into it. You're awesome. I love that. So we have another song. Gimme. I like Gimme. And I was like, she sung like she's the Afrobeat queen. So we tell us a little bit about Gimme before we bring that song on.
Okay. Gimme was actually, that was the beat. That was the song. That was my first record. And when you hear the beat, it's high powered, it's fun. And in that moment, like I said, I was in a situation where I just felt like so many people are putting all these labels on me. And initially, I slightly felt undeserving. And I use that for the motivation of the song that, you know what, I am deserving. Give me everything. If you don't get it for me, I'm going to get it for myself. I made a reference to a woman by the name of Alakija, who actually is one of the richest Black women in the world. Her and Oprah, they kind of flip flop that number one position. She's very dynamic. She's a businesswoman. She's a designer. She's in the oil industry, and she's also a minister. So I felt that nudge of, well, if she can do all these things, I can do all these things. Drop the beat, give me everything. I want the whole world. and that's the song. It's I want euros, I want naira, I want Bentley, I want all the things that people say are the good things in life. I can have it all.
It makes sense to me now because I was like, okay, she won all of this Nero, Naira, pesos, all the dollar bills was in there, and I was like, okay, she won everything, huh? But that was awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. And also, I feel like the world puts a lot of constraints on women when it comes to success and finances. It's always either or. It's either you are this kind of money hungry gold digger type, or you are this woman that has no confidence and has to depend on a man. And I don't believe in any of those stereotypes. I don't believe in any of those boxes. I believe that you're a woman, you can be financially secure, you can be successful, you can get your own money, and you can also have someone treat you like the queen you are.
Yeah, the gender has nothing to do with your capabilities to get a job done at the end of the day, right? Either you're capable or you're not. My gender has nothing to do with it.
Exactly. And if you're not capable of getting that job, start your own business and buy that company out.
Exactly. You go,
Why not?
girl. So, all right. So let's hear "Gimme." So now that I know the genesis behind it, I can appreciate that song a little bit more.
I need pesos, I want Gucci. I need euros, I want Louis. I need dollars.